Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm taking a look at the Dallas Mavericks and going over whether or not I think they should trade for point guard Damian Lillard. But before we get into that topic, just a quick question for those of you viewing. Comment down below what your ideal trade package would be for Damian Lillard if you were the Mavericks. What would you be willing to give up and what do you think the Blazers would accept? Comment down below and I'll kind of hear my answer throughout. But getting straight into it, looking at the backcourt between Luka Doncic and Damian Lillard, that would be the best backcourt in the NBA. You can make the argument, Kyrie, James Harden. You can make the argument Steph and Clay. There's good ones out there, but to me, you'd have the best or second best point guard in the NBA in Damian Lillard, and then you'd have the somewhere around the range of fifth best point guard in the NBA in Luka Doncic. You could make the argument he's number 3 right behind Dame. Obviously, that one would have to transition to shooting guard, but I don't think that'd be a problem. That would be, like I said, arguably the most lethal backcourt in the NBA. So, of course, if you are the Mavericks, if you're Mark Cuban, you want to at least consider this trade. You definitely want to at least look at some packages you could throw together. But to me, obviously, I'm not against having Damian Lillard go to the Mavericks. But if I was the Mavericks, I would be at least, my first option would be exploring Kawhi Leonard. He's a guy that would, not really crowd out the backcourt by any means. I'm not saying Damian Lillard will be a problem, but Luka still be the guy at point guard, and Kawhi Leonard could be his shadow and not have any spotlight and be okay with that and still be a defensive guy that could really use a Mavericks team that could really use a defensive side to this team 100%. And you don't have to give up any draft capital for Kawhi. You just have to give up money, which you'd be looking to spend anyways, and you would still have then a kind of big 3 on this team. You'd have a good third option, Kristaps Porzingis. He's not the number 2 that the Mavericks hoped he would be, but I think he could be a good number 3 in this league if you're looking to form a big 3. I don't know if you'd make them a big 3, but either way, he'd be a great third option that I think the Mavericks would be happy to have. But again, worrying about Damian Lillard, assuming Kawhi couldn't work out, could a Damian Lillard package work out and should it happen? I think, of course, he should try to go for it, but I am concerned, like I said, having Damian Lillard and Luka on the same team, how is that going to work? Luka, he's not like Westbrook where he's just a ball hog. He's not the best distributor. He's not the best sharer by any means. He doesn't like to share. But I do know Luka likes to have the ball. I don't know if he likes to share the spotlight. I think he likes to be the guy, and I don't know if Damian Lillard is on the Mavericks, he's automatically going to become the best player on that team. Do I think Luka could surpass him in time? I think Luka's close to surpassing him, yes, but right now, as of today, Damian Lillard's either the best or the second best point guard in the league, him or Curry. Pick your poison, whoever it may be. And I don't know if Luka's going to be okay with that. Obviously, it'd help that team win a lot more. But some guys don't care about winning as much as they care about being the man, being the guy, being the number 1 star, being in the shine of the spotlight. I don't know if that's going to go over well with Luka. Hopefully, he wants winning over everything and can overcome that and be okay to share the ball and okay not to be maybe the number 1 guy. There's still going to be nights where he is, but he's not going to be at 100% of the time like he is in Dallas today. That will be one issue to consider. Another one is the amount of staff changes in Dallas. I mean, I know a big reason this would work out is because the new GM of the Mavericks is pretty close to an extent with Damian Lillard, so maybe they'll be able to work something out. But I don't know if a new GM, a new head coach, and Jason Kidd, it's almost a whole new staff. Jason Kidd, Jason Terry's there, JJ Barea. I think Dirk's going to come back and be an assistant of some sort. I don't know if a brand new staff wants to make a huge blockbuster move like this, season 1 for them to kind of, go big or go home right away. While the payout is there, the risk is there, and I don't know if they want to establish that type of risky business in just their first year of kind of running an NBA team and directing it in the front office and on the floor and the coaching staff. Obviously, go big or go home pays off sometimes, but also doesn't pay off others. So, again, it's going to be a risk thing. They're going to have to talk to Mark. They're going to have to talk to Luka. Can he share the ball? Can he be okay with not having the spotlight every single night, every single game? I don't know. I'd love to see a backcourt between Luka and Dame. Like I said, I think it would be the best backcourt in the NBA. I don't want to say non-debatable because, like I said, Kyrie, Harden, Steph, Clay, and I'm sure there's other ones I'm just not thinking of, would definitely be in the running. But to me, that would be up there for sure. I'd love to see it happen. As far as what it would cost, a big reason I would be more for the Kawhi thing is because you could keep Kristaps. If you made a Dame trade, you're going to have to give up Porzingis. And I'm not saying, don't make the trade if they have to give up Porzingis. Damian Lillard is 10 times worth what Porzingis is on the court. But I was just saying I'd like to have a big 3 with Porzingis as a number 3 guy. But that's not going to happen. They're going to have to probably include Porzingis, 2 first-round draft picks and 3 pick swaps, or 3 first-round draft picks, 2 pick swaps. Maybe throw in Dwight Powell just to make something happen, get an extra player there. Kristaps Porzingis would make the money work, and then a couple other picks, and Dwight Powell would make the money work. But as far as getting the same value for Dame, the Blazers have to come to realization they're just not going to get a name as big as Dame. He's the second best point guard in the league. Unless you get the second best player at their position in the league, you're not going to get Damian Lillard. You're not going to get what Damian Lillard is worth. A couple of trades that the Mavericks could be more intrigued by is if the Lakers want to throw out Anthony Davis out there. That's as big of a name as it comes. He's a top 10 player when healthy. Then you'd get some value back from Dame. Porzingis is not as valuable as Anthony Davis by any means. A couple other ones. The Ben Simmons thing, I don't know. That's a big risk to them. Maybe Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart from the Celtics. But if the Mavericks are willing to give them, whatever the price is, or willing to give up 8 first-round draft picks or pick swaps combined, whatever you want to call it, I think the Blazers could, definitely consider it. They probably don't want to send them to the West, but if the price is right, if that's the best deal they're going to get, they're going to take what's best for the business in the long run. And they still got decent players. If they got Dwight Powell, if they got Porzingis, they'd get a little bit more. They'd get a little better in the front court. Not that that's what they needed, but they could use the defensive stoppers. Not that Porzingis is this shutdown guy by any means, but you know what I mean, where it's at least something moving in the right direction. They got Chauncey Billups. They're going to go into rebuild mode. They got Billups for the next 5 years. They're okay to be bad for 1 to 2 years and use these extra draft picks, this extra draft capital to make another trade possibly in their favor, to pair up with Porzingis, to pair up with CJ McCollum. I don't know how it's going to work, but I do think this is a very, very realistic landing spot for Dame to go to Dallas. I know, like I said, they don't want him to end up in the West, but I do think the Mavericks are going to come with a heavy offer. Other teams out there, like I said, that might be in the running. Lakers possibly, Celtics possibly, maybe the Heat, maybe the Knicks. It's going to be tough, if they're being offered a Bam Adebayo from the Heat or Victor Oladipo, Bam and Victor Oladipo. I don't know. That would be hard to pass up compared to what the Mavericks can offer. But if a lot of people are tied up in Kawhi, and the Mavericks are the first team to get the Blazers a call, and Damian Lillard is forcing a trade, and he has somewhat saying where he goes, we could see him end up being the best backcourt in the NBA with Luka Doncic and Damian Lillard. So if I'm the Mavericks, I'm 100% trying to make this trade, trying at the bare minimum make a call. What are they asking for? The bare minimum. I'm not saying they have to make the trade, but the bare minimum, you got to see what it would cost you to see where you could go, to see who you could pair up with Luka Doncic to give your team a championship shot. Who knows, though? You guys tell me, do you agree or disagree that the Mavericks should go for it? But there are going to be some heavy offers out there. But if the Mavericks are willing to offer more than anyone else, I think the Blazers have a good chance of accepting it. We'll just have to see how bad they don't want him to be in the West versus the East compared to how bad they want to get as much value as they can. That's only an answer the Blazers themselves can answer. We'll see. Like I said, comment down below. Do you agree or disagree that the Mavericks should go for it like I think they should, in my opinion? And of course, refer back to the question today. Comment down below what you think an ideal trade package would be for Dame for the Mavericks. Like I said, mine would be somewhere along the lines of Dwight Powell, Kristaps Porzingis, and whatever amount of draft picks the Blazers would be happy with. Whether it be 3 firsts and 3 pick swaps or 2 firsts, 4 pick swaps, whatever it is, pick your number. And I think the Mavericks could make a deal and the Blazers could make a deal as well. As always, guys, thank you for watching. 2-minute warning.